We as people tend to disagree with one another on a variety of topics, whether it be politics, opinions, experiences. Hell, some people will argue with you until they're blue in the face about the pronunciations of words in a language we made up. It's data, by the way. Thankfully, we as gamers are much more civilized than that.
Stop the cap.
Alright, maybe we're no better than everyone else, but there is one thing we can all agree on. Cheaters suck. They suck in your ranked games, they suck in competition, they suck in every way. Cheaters ruin competitive games. So why did I do it? If you've seen any of my previous videos, you may have heard me mention that I've played Counter-Strike for 11 years. Stumbling upon my Steam account tells a very different story. 3-year-old profile with only 1,100 hours? Kinda weird stats for someone who claims to have been playing since 2015. Venturing to my friends list, you may find another account named Christian as well. This account is clearly much more active than the account I play CS on. 50 games, 19 badges, higher level, but still, under 500 hours on CS and only 7 years old? What gives? Believe it or not, this is not some vast conspiracy. I'm not lying about how long I've played the game. In fact, there are still private videos on this channel from 2016. If you use the search for friends feature on Steam to find accounts named Christian, you will find a third account that looks very similar to my other 2 accounts. You may even find that there are some common friends among these 3 accounts. This is my very first Steam account that I played Counter-Strike on. As you will see, the account is 11 years old, but it has a game ban from 9 years ago? So yes, back when I was 14 years old, when we weren't risking our birthday money on skin gambling sites,
Oh my god! Oh my god!
some of my friends and I used to cheat in ranked. If you look through the friends list of the account, you will see there is a lot of banned accounts, 2 of which, named Chris, were also mine, and those 2 were banned 7 years ago. That's a 2-year gap between the first account. Clearly this wasn't just a one-time let's try it out thing, considering there are 3 bans over the course of 2 years. In all honesty, I don't really know what compelled me to cheat. Maybe some of it was just because I was bad and wanted to rank up, but deep down, I think my young teenage brain just did not see the negative impact my actions were having on other people in my game. Truthfully, as far back as I can remember, I was always trying to think of ways to get a competitive edge over people in competition. I remember trying to hide cards when I was playing Uno with my family, making up rules that gave me an edge on my friends when playing board games. I really just never considered that me having an advantage meant the other people had a disadvantage. Even when I got into Minecraft, the first mod I downloaded was too many items, just so I could spawn items into my survival world. If you've played Minecraft before, you would know you can just go into creative mode, get the items, go back to survival, and nobody would ever know. For some reason, there was just something that scratched my brain just right about doing it all in survival mode. The funniest part about it all, though, is I never cared about winning. I would cheat and lose and shrug it off, move on to the next game. If anything, I'm more of a sore loser now than I was when I would cheat. So if the goal was never winning, consequences were lackluster, what changed? What made us stop cheating? What made me rethink my ways? Well, as previously stated, for me at least, winning was never the goal. The highest rank I was able to achieve whilst cheating was DMG, embarrassingly low for a cheater. I was never embarrassed about cheating. I never hid it. If somebody asked, I answered. Where I got them, how long I've had them, but the hardest question to answer was always why I cheated. Once my friends stopped playing Counter-Strike as much, I would occasionally hop into a 1v1 server or a retake server and hit some word.exe level clips trying to play them off as just flashy plays. I have memories back then of people trying to make fun of me for not out-fragging certain people while cheating or for losing the game while cheating, but for me, winning isn't about the score. It isn't about the KD. As long as I've played games, it's always been about flashy plays. The seemingly impossible. If you've ever watched me on Twitch, half the time, I'm just bee-hopping around the map, randomly flicking at ghosts. There's something about overly flashy plays that just make my brain tick. The longer I cheated, the less authentic those plays became. I learned the love I have for them have nothing to do with the success rate of them, but the fact that they are seemingly impossible. Once the unpredictable became, well, predictable, it stripped the genuine excitement that I always chased. Once the excitement died, the love died too. It's been over half a decade since I cheated in any sort of competitive environment. I am thankfully reformed. If I could go back and never do it, I probably would. But I'm still very grateful that it was an experience I had and I was able to learn from. I do really wish I had my 10-year coin though.